drive it. You gonna drive one?
Look at this, YouTube.
Hello.
This little boy's riding him. It's a two-wheeler that's powered. He's a zippy little guy now. And he's got a four-wheeler there too, with gas power. So, it's been forever and 4 days since I made a video, and I don't know, not a whole lot's happened in the while that you've missed me. Maybe a lot has happened, I don't know. Things have happened. Still working on the same junk I used to work on. It's all here, but still doing it. Look, me and the boy was on the way to church the other week, and
That's a new one.
we hit a deer, and thinked up my intercooler pipe and everything. So I bought some new parts. I got headlights, headlight brackets. See, I even started taking this one apart already.
Yeah.
And
We need headlights. Yeah.
headlights.
Yeah.
Because because these are all foggy. The headlight brackets are all broke. I've got zip ties holding things together everywhere you look. And the bumper's got a nice tweak in it, which is unfortunate. I'm going to try and straighten that as best I can. The Mr. Fabulous emblem on the front of it doesn't look as good as it once did, but what are you going to do? Boy's growing up, ain't he?
Hello.
Look at him. He ain't as little as he once was.
Yeah,
How old are you?
6.
6. 6, you're out of two-wheeler. What grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten now. Nice. Like I said, it's been forever and 17 days or sometime since I've filmed anything. The Cadillac here. Oh, the Cadillac. You know, I looked on a video the other day, one of the last ones I posted. I was getting ready to put a windshield in this thing, and now it's some going on 2 years later. I finally got the windshield in it. And needed a few other things. Ended up putting a steering gear on it. And some disc brakes on the front. Finally put that disc brake kit on it. I had it a better part of 2 years. Finally did it. And then I jacked it up and I crushed the exhaust, so I decided I'm going to put a real exhaust on it. So it's still on the lift. After all this time, I've got new exhaust parts in the mail on its way. I don't know when or if this video will ever make YouTube. Maybe this will get edited out, I don't know. Just pulled that in. I'm gonna have to clean that darn bird poop off of Mama's car. You know, I park it out there under the roof, and that bird sits on that old gas pump out there. It just craps all over it. It's not fair at all. That's just not fair. And some of you might remember this old Dodge. This old Dodge has been broke for some 4 years, and I finally took it upon myself to fix it. It's old musty in here, but I fixed it. Put me one of them billet output shafts in the transmission. Aha, yes. Snow performance. Trying to keep it from melting itself with all the fuel that it's got. Yeah. This one's going to make the drag race this year. Good times, good times.
Dad, you just get a new grill for that one too.
I'm not real worried about the grill. The grill did fall off of it. These two tabs right here were hanging on. The rest of them weren't. So I give them a tug. There's a sight for sore eyes. Who of you remember that? Used to own that truck years and years ago, and it finally came back to me. Oh, you know what else happened? We got the toy truck to run again. Toy truck runs again.
That.
Well, I'm telling YouTube.
Oh.
Got the toy truck to run again, but we're gonna let the nephew be the caretaker of that for a little while. One of the nephews, and he brought this one back to me, and I'm gonna be the caretaker of this one again for a while. I want to see if I can get that one in the drag race too.
Hey,
Just cause. Anyways, I don't know, maybe some of this will make YouTube. God bless y'all.
welcome back to another installment, Mr. Fabulous on the lift. Wanted to show you all a few things. So I sent Mr. Fabulous to the dyno about a month and a half before Easter. Hadn't been tuned since the initial install of the supercharger, and man did a really good job, or at least I was pretty happy with it. Found 60 or 80 horsepower in the engine. Did a little transmission tuning, try and make that live, but it did not. Got it home, promptly tore out the 4L60. There we go, 400 turbo. So this transmission, you might remember the Chevelle I had on my channel. We put it together for my brother-in-law and presented it to him in Virginia. This was the transmission I had built for that car. He was on his way down for Easter. I said, can you bring it with you? He said, yep. He wasn't using it. So I bought a converter. Bought the pilot bushing that goes up in there. I don't know if you can see it. And the weekend before Easter, I jerked the 4L60 out, popped this in. Miraculously, the exhaust still worked. Had to do a slight modification to the mount. Had to slice and dice it a little bit, weld it back together. Found a nice aluminum drive shaft in stock. Sent it over to the drive shaft shop, had them balance it. Put a 400 yoke on it. Oh, my battery's exhausted. Alright, back. Got more battery. Anywho, got my oil changed while my battery was charging. So 400 went in, exhaust went back on. I had a drive shaft to fit. Had to trim a 400 yoke, and it's tight. Drive shaft's a touch long, but it works. Made some AN lines. Put a big cooler up front here. It's got its own fan on it. Got just a little bit of test drive in the rain. I don't know. Good Friday. Right before we cleaned the shop for Easter dinner. And then it went racing. Truck did good. Between the engine tune and the transmission, shaved about 3/4 of a second off of last year's go. So pretty happy with how that performed. So these last minute modifications seem to work. Not that I want to do them last minute, but that's just how it worked out this year. So I'm not sure what I'll do to them next year, but I guess we'll find out.